Well, we'd like to welcome Dylan Arnold to our dealership today. And Dylan, let me ask you some questions.
Yes, sir.
You just came off of one of the biggest movies of all time, Oppenheimer.
Mm-hmm.
And you played Frank Oppenheimer, the younger brother of Robert. Tell us how you wound up playing that role.
It started with a very mysterious audition because, those kind of movies, they keep it very locked down
Right.
until you find out you get the part. But then, once I got the role, I just kind of dove into a lot of research because there's obviously a lot from that era that I don't know about. And there's actually a lot on Frank that is out there. So, I read a couple books and just kind of figured out as much as I could going into it. And then showed up, and when you work with the caliber of Chris Nolan, you're in good hands. So I just kind of did my thing and relied on the crew and the cast, and it was a great experience.
And knocked it out of the park.
Oh, appreciate that.
Great acting. Well, tell us something now about the film that you're working on here in our town of Paducah, Born to Lose.
Yeah, so Born to Lose, I play a character named Andy, and in the beginning of the film, he loses his father, and then he decides to rebuild his dad's bike in an attempt to reconnect with his dad and discover who he is as a man, and you kind of see that journey. And what's great about the film is that, there's cars, there's bikes, and they kind of feel like their own characters in their own way, so it just adds a lot to the world and creates this really wonderful atmosphere.
Good. Have you enjoyed your working in Paducah?
I love Paducah. I knew nothing about Paducah, but showing up, it's a really wonderful, charming town. And I was fortunate enough to be here when the Barbecue Fest came in. So I went 3 nights in a row.
There you go.
I got to try a little bit of everything, or as
Got
much as
your
I could.
fill.
I couldn't get everything, but yeah, I've really enjoyed my time here.
Good. Well, we're more than happy to have you here, and it's a great privilege. And so your studio has used a few of our cars in your production. Let me just ask you, are you a car guy?
Growing up, I wasn't really a car guy, but honestly, after being on this film, I've really taken an interest a lot more to these types of old classics,
Right.
which, you guys obviously have a lot of.
We've got
I really love those classic trucks and, those Mustangs, and honestly, you guys have a really wonderful selection here, so it's been
Thank
cool
you.
to walk around and check out what you got.
We try and have a little bit of everything for everybody.
It seems like that's what you do.
I appreciate it. What was your first car? I'm curious.
My first car was my dad's old car, which was a 1998 Acura RL. It's definitely a very comfy, business car. That's kind of
Sure.
That was his old work car, and then he gave it to me, and so I had that in college, and then drove a lot of miles in that. I really love that car.
Well, they're good cars.
Yeah.
Do you have a dream car?
Man, I think I'd love like a classic truck. I think,
Classic
and
truck.
and to be honest, I didn't think that that's the car that I would want. But after checking out what you guys got, I think that's kind of.
That's where you're leaning.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe one day soon.
There you go. Well, we ship all over the world. So
All right, that's good to know.
we can get it to you. Could you tell us about any of the future projects that you've got coming up?
I got a couple things in development that are still
Right.
working out, but right now, we're just on the home stretch of Born to Lose, and I'm excited for everyone to see it, and I think it's going to be a really wonderful film.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
as I said before, we're so happy that you all are here and that you chose Paducah, Kentucky to do this with. And my friend, you're welcome at any time.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Dylan Arnold,
Yeah.
for being with us today. We appreciate you. And as we say down south, y'all come back real soon.